Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll learn about vendor consignment process in SAP S4 HANA MM module. We'll learn what is a vendor consignment process and we'll see the end-to-end demo in SAP S4 HANA, that how we do this vendor consignment process and what are all the steps involved and what is the configuration which is required for doing vendor consignment process. So let's start. So to understand the vendor consignment process, let's see a business scenario. Let's say that there is a company called ABC Limited which manufactures bicycles. For manufacturing the bicycles, it requires bearings on a daily basis. Now this bearing is supplied to the company through a vendor, and the bearing is supplied to the warehouse of the company, and through the warehouse it is issued on a regular basis whenever the bearing is required for the production process. Now this is a very simple process of utilizing a material by procuring the material from a vendor and storing that in a warehouse. But the problem with this process is that the bearing will be required in huge numbers, and for that you will have to store a large quantity of bearing in your warehouse. And to maintain this inventory, you will have to pay the vendor an upfront amount against this particular purchase order that you will place on the vendor. So you will have a large capital deployed in this particular material inventory only. So this kind of a process involves a lot of capital to be deployed by the company, and a lot of inventory management also will be required on a value basis in your books of account. So to overcome this problem, you can use something called as a consignment process. So now let's understand the consignment process. So in consignment process, the supplier will be supplying you the bearing, but the bearing will be supplied to something called as a consignment warehouse. Now this consignment warehouse will belong to the vendor only, and the material which will be lying in this particular consignment warehouse will be the property of the supplier only. That is, the supplier will have the ownership of the material which lies in this consignment warehouse, and you will not be liable to pay any amount for the inventory which lies in the consignment warehouse. Now as and when the material is required, that is, as and when the bearing is required, the bearing will be issued from this consignment warehouse and will be either issued to the company's own warehouse, okay, for storage, or it will be directly issued to the consumption for its production process. So in both the cases, the quantity which will be issued from the consignment warehouse, the value of such quantity only will be liable to be paid to the vendor. Let's say that you received 1000 quantity of bearings in the consignment warehouse. Let's say that the vendor supplies you 1000 quantity of bearings in the consignment warehouse. Now, the moment you receive these 1000 bearings in your consignment, you are not liable to pay any amount to the vendor, because these 1000 quantity belongs to the vendor only. Let's say that on a particular day, you require 10 bearings from this consignment warehouse. So what you will do is, you will either issue this 10 quantity from consignment warehouse to your own warehouse and keep it there, or you will directly book these 10 bearings in the consumption against your production process. Okay. In both the cases, you will be liable to pay to the vendor the amount equivalent to this 10 quantity only. That is, let's say that these 1000 bearings were procured at a price of 10 rupees per piece. Okay. And so the total amount is 10,000, but you will not be paying to the vendor this 10,000 rupees. Okay. Okay. You are not liable to pay to the vendor this 10,000 rupees. You will be paying to the vendor only the amount equivalent to the 10 quantity that you have issued to the warehouse from the consignment warehouse. That is, you will be liable to pay to the vendor only 100 rupees. Okay. And this process will be called consignment settlement. In a consignment process, the vendor will not issue you any invoice. Okay. And as and when you withdraw the material, that amount will get accumulated as a consignment settlement amount, and in a regular period, you will be settling that amount and directly paying to the vendor without any invoice. So this is all about a consignment process. Now let's understand the steps required in the consignment process. So the first step that would be required will be to assign the standard purchase organization to your plant. This is a configuration step. You will be assigning a purchase organization to your plant as a standard purchase organization. Now after this, you will have to create something called as a consignment info record for the material and vendor combination against the standard purchase organization. This consignment info record will actually contain the prices that has been finalized with the vendor for this particular consignment purchase order. Now once you have created the info record, then you will have to create the purchase order, and you will enter the item category as K, because this item category will only tell the system that this is a consignment purchase order. Now once you enter item category as K, you will not be supposed to enter any values in that purchase order, because the value you have already entered in the consignment info record, and that info record will only be used to post the values during this whole process. Okay. Then once the vendor supplies you the material in your consignment warehouse, you will be doing the GR for that particular consignment through T-code MIGO. As I have told you that this particular GR will not lead to any payment to the vendor, because this material you will be receiving in your consignment warehouse, and that is why this GR will not lead to any accounting entries. Okay. Now once you have received your material in your consignment warehouse, you can check that particular stock through T-code MB54. This T-code will tell you vendor wise what all material are available in your consignment warehouse stock. Now whenever you require this material, either to keep it in your own warehouse or to your consumption, you will post a transfer posting in case of withdrawal to warehouse stock through movement type 411K, or you will have to post a goods issue through movement type 201K. Okay. Now withdrawing to warehouse stock will lead to posting of accounting entries as it has shown here. So your consignment GRIR account will get credited and your inventory will get debited. In case of withdrawing for consumption, your consignment GRIR will get credited and your consumption account will get debited. Now once you have done any of these steps, you will have a outstanding amount to be settled to the vendor. That is the consignment amount, which is equivalent to the quantity which you have withdrawn from your consignment warehouse stock. So in the next step, you will be doing the vendor settlement, and this time it will be done through T-code MRKO. As I have told you, in the consignment process, no invoice will be submitted by the vendor. You will have to clear the amount which is outstanding for settlement against the consignment stock which you have withdrawn. Okay. So this vendor settlement will be done through T-code MRKO, and in this particular transaction, the accounting entry that will get posted is your vendor liability will get created and the consignment GRIR will get debited. And after this step, this vendor liability you will clear through the payment process. So this is all the steps which is required for a consignment process to be done in SAP. Now let us move to SAP and see the demo on how we can do the end-to-end cycle of the consignment process. Now let's see the end-to-end cycle of the consignment process in SAP. So the first step that we have to do is to assign a standard purchase organization to your plant. So to do that, we'll go to SPRO, then SAP reference IMG, then enterprise structure, assignment, materials management, and here you can see assign standard purchase organization to plant. So we'll select this, we'll enter our plant, and here we'll assign a purchase organization which will be assigned as a standard purchase organization for this plant. So let's enter a purchase organization here and we'll save this. So now we have assigned a standard purchase organization to the plant. So we have to create a info record, okay, a consignment info record for a vendor, material and the plant combination against this standard purchase organization. So to create the info record, we'll go to T-code ME11 and we'll enter the vendor code. We'll enter the material code, the purchase organization, and this time the standard purchase organization that you have assigned to the plant, and the plant code here. And very important, we have to select the consignment radio button here. This is very important because you have to create the info record for consignment process. Okay. So we'll press enter. Again, we'll press enter and here we'll enter the net price. Now this price will be utilized to post the values when we will withdraw the material from the consignment warehouse. Okay. So this is the price which is important for posting all the values in the consignment process. So we'll enter some values here and we'll enter a tax code here. then some standard quantity as per the requirement of info record, and then we'll save this info record. Okay, so now our info record for consignment process is created. So we'll create the purchase order for the consignment process. So we'll go to T code ME21N, and as I have told you, to create a consignment line, we'll have to enter item category as K. Then we'll enter the material code. So let's copy the material code from here. And we'll have to enter the supplier. Then we'll enter the purchase organization, the standard purchase organization here, purchase group, and company code. We'll enter some quantity. So let's say that we are going to purchase 1000 bearings. And we'll enter the plant. Now you can see here I don't have a condition tab, so I cannot enter any prices here. As I have told you that for consignment PO, the values will be posted from the info record, so we'll not be entering any price in this purchase order. Okay, so let's save this PO. So our PO is created. So in the next step, we'll do the GR. So I'll copy this purchase order and we'll do the GR through MIGO. Goods receipt against purchase order. I'll enter the purchase order number. And out of 1000 quantity, we are going to receive the full quantity here. And then we'll enter a storage location. And then we'll post the GR. Now let's see whether any FI document got posted in this particular GR. So we'll go to display. And we'll go to document info and click on FI documents. So you can see no accounting document got created in this GR. As I have already told you that for consignment process, you are not supposed to pay anything to the vendor when you do the consignment GR. Okay. So for this particular GR, no FI document will get posted. The FI document will get posted when we will withdraw our stock from this consignment stock. Okay. So now that we have done the GR, let's see this consignment stock. To see the consignment stock, we have to go to MB54. So I'll go to MB54 and you can see the material and plant is here. So if we execute this, you can see that against this supplier you have 1000 pieces available. Okay, and this value that the system is showing is as per the info record that you have maintained. Okay, you can see this stock in the T code MMBE also. Let's see that stock in MMBE. So if I run MMBE and if I execute, you can see that 1000 quantities lying in the vendor consignment. Okay, against the plant and storage location under vendor consignment, you can see that 1000 pieces are lying. If I double click here, you can see the vendor code against which this consignment stock is lying. Okay. So now in the next step, we'll withdraw this material from the consignment warehouse. So we have two options. Either we can withdraw in our own warehouse or we can withdraw for consumption. So first we'll check how we can withdraw to our own warehouse. So to withdraw to our own warehouse, we'll go to T code MIGO and we'll select transfer posting and then we'll enter movement type as 411K here. Then we'll enter the material code, the plant, storage location, and here we'll have to enter the vendor code against which you have received the consignment stock. So we'll copy the vendor code from here. Let's take from the partner tab, we can copy this vendor code. And here in the destination also I'll have to enter the storage location. Now this is the destination against our own warehouse. Okay. Then we'll enter a quantity here. So this time I'm going to withdraw 10 pieces. Okay. And then I'll post. So now you can see a material document is posted and let's see what FI document got posted in this particular document. So we'll go to display of the document. We'll go to document info and FI documents. And this time you can see the accounting document will get created. So as I have told you, when you will withdraw from the consignment warehouse stock, then only the accounting document will get created. And let's see this accounting document. So you have a credit entry against the consignment GRIR account and a debit entry against the inventory. So you have received inventory in your stock and the GRIR is credited. Now this GRIR will be used to settle the payment to the vendor. Okay. You can see the transaction keys also. KON is for the GRIR of consignment and BSX is for inventory. Okay. Now this stock you can see in MMBE also. Let's see in MMBE. So we'll go to MMBE and we'll execute. Now you can see under vendor consignment only 990 is lying and 10 we have withdrawn to our storage location 1710, and this is now ready for usage. This you can issue and utilize in your plant. We'll see the other step also, that is withdrawing for consumption. So let's say that you directly want to consume from the consignment warehouse. You will go to MIGO and this time you will select goods issue and you will enter movement type as 201K. Okay. Then you will enter the material. Let's say that this time also we are going to withdraw 10 quantity. Let's enter plant, then storage location. And in the partner tab, we'll have to enter the vendor code against which you are going to withdraw. So let me just again select the vendor code. And since this time we are going to consume the material, so we'll have to enter a cost center here. So let me just enter a cost center here and let us post this document. Now let us see what FI document got posted in this document. So we'll go to display and in document info, we'll go to FI documents. Now you see $1,000 got credited to the GRIR account and this debit entry will be against the consumption account. So you are directly consuming against a consumption GL and you can see the transaction keys are KON against the GRIR and GBB against the consumption. So this time you have directly consumed and this FI document got created. So you saw when we did the GR of the consignment PO, no accounting document got generated. When we started withdrawing from that consignment warehouse, then the FI document are getting generated and this GRIR account credit entry is getting accumulated. So now you have two GRIR entries for $1,000 each. This will be settling through T code MRKO. So next step is going to MRKO. So we'll go to this T code. And here we'll have to enter company code and supplier and other details also you can enter like material code, plant and all. So we'll enter the supplier code here. So now let's display how many outstanding entries are there against the consignment entries. So I'll just deselect this pipeline and for consignment I'll select display and execute. So you can see there are two lines here as I have told you, $1,000 each. One is against the consumption and one is against the withdrawal from warehouse stock. You can go to this material document and see what all entries are there. If I click this material document, you can see it is 411K here. That is consignment to own warehouse. And if you click on this material document, this is withdrawal for consumption. You can go to here 201K, that is goods issue from consignment stock. Okay. So now these two lines are ready for settlement to the vendor account. So once this program is executed with settlement, then the amounts will get settled to the vendor account and a liability will get created, which will then paid by the finance people through the payment processing. So this is all about the consignment process. This is how you create a consignment PO, then do GR and then withdraw from the consignment stock. And this is how the settlement amounts get accumulated against the vendor, which you can process on a regular basis, on a periodic basis to the vendor through MRKO transaction. I hope that you have liked this video and you have understood about the consignment process. If you are liking my video, then please like and subscribe to my channel and please share with your friends so that the videos get maximum reach. Thanks a lot.